So it's a new year. We've all transitioned into this new season. And as with a lot of times when we come into new seasons, one of the things that many of us would be thinking about is goal setting. And well, I think there could be a spectrum there where on one extreme you have people that are saying, I don't do goals. I don't do New Year resolutions. And then some other people will say, I always do goals. I always do New Year resolution. But then you might find a few people who would kind of be in between, saying, yes, I set a set of goals for the year and I walk around it this way or another. But today, let me just take us quickly on some things you want to be thinking about if you're open to goals. Now, the first thing is that goal settings help you to have some sense of direction as you go into the year. You're not just going into the year just thinking whatever comes, right? Whatever happens. You're coming in a little bit more decisive, saying to the world, saying to the universe, saying to the heart of God, and to anyone that you interact with that this would be my preference for this period. Now, you may be saying, okay, but how do I start? If I really do want to get serious about it, how do I start? One way you could look at it is to say at the end of the year, so we're in 2024 now, to say at the end of 2024, what would you like to say to yourself that you have become, you have achieved, and you have acquired? And if you look at that time and you're like, this is what I want to be able to say well done to myself on, then you are saying anything between now where you stand and that time when you've accomplished that thing are things that you're going to be working on, and you can put them together as goals. Now, I'll tell you one thing about goals for sure. When you are kind of clear a bit on the things that you would like to do or achieve or work on, it helps you with decision making. So you find yourself being able to say no easily and yes to the right things when you have goals in place. So if you're someone who is saying, I usually struggle saying no to people when they ask me for things or to come on board certain projects and things like that, when you have your goals, you can say, this definitely aligns with what I'm trying to achieve, or this is definitely going to take me off track. Or when you're offered things that kind of don't go in line with that. So let's say you're someone who wants to lose some weight, tone up your body before summer. You could be saying to yourself that you're going to be taking maybe less frizzy drinks. You're going to be taking more healthy food and things like that. So if you go into a place where you are being offered meals, then you know that you're likely to say yes to the things that would help you stay more in line with your goals. Now, one other thing I want to leave us with today as we think about goals is this. A lot of times we are always pumped up to start things. I tell you, a lot of us get excited about starting things. But here's the thing. Starting is something, and you must commend yourself every time you start something. However, the staying power is what we all need. Being able to stay through to the very end of the things you want to do, especially if that thing you want to do is not something that is a one-off. If it's a one-off thing, you get it done one time, you take it off, you're done. But if it's something that requires you doing it consistently before you achieve your result or staying with it for a very long time, then you're concerned about how you will stay with it. So as you think about your goals, don't just say, what is it that I want to achieve? You want to challenge yourself and ask yourself this: what do I need to stay on track this? What do I need to stay disciplined about it? And many of us have a lot of ways we could get around the staying power. Now, my husband has been reading again this year, Atomic Habits, and he's been sharing some of his takeouts. And one particular one that I won't forget that he has mentioned again to me in a recent time is that you want to make it easy to be able to stay with that goal. So you want to ask yourself when you're thinking about staying power or staying ability on the goal and say, what could I do to make this easy to do? So if you're someone who is saying, I want to lose weight and be more active, then you're like, what will be easy for you to do to stay active? Are you someone who likes to dance? And maybe while you get ready in the morning, you could be playing music and be dancing and moving, but you want to pick something that will make it easy. Some other people, they need accountability. They need that friend. They need that mentor. They need that coach in their lives, reminding them that we agreed this, you were going to deliver on this. How far have you come? But whatever it is that you're deciding on when it comes to goals, remember this: staying power is key, and being able to say yes and no to the things that could keep you aligned or watching out for those things that could take you off track will be key. And here's me wishing you the very best in the year 2024.